Hey everybody! On this episode of Gaming and Collecting, me and Alex are going to be talking about our recent trip to see the Kaiju No. 8 film, Mission Recon, discussing the film and the bonus special added after the credits. But anyways, guys, on with the episode. Mike, smell good? How you been?
It smells great. It smells like Mike.
Lovely.
What does yours smell like?
I'm not reaching all the way over there.
Did you sniff it? Sniff it.
That's gross.
Sniff it. Sniff it right now.
It's like the guy that was tailgating you yesterday.
Yep. Right up in there.
Anyways. It has been an eventful couple of weeks.
Yes,
year.
it has. When's the last time we potted?
A week ago.
A week ago. About a week ago. I think that's a song.
Yeah, we're recording later in the week because we're tired. It's been a
We're
it's
recording
been a lot.
on a Saturday. We haven't recorded on a Saturday in a while.
No.
Oh
we
wait,
were
just
supposed
kidding.
to-
Last weekend. Last
Well,
weekend we
no.
did.
Last week we recorded on Wednesday. It was what I meant was it was a week ago the last time we recorded. But it doesn't matter. We haven't recorded.
No, it was because the special that was on Saturday.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did.
You already forgot about that.
I forgot it was on a Saturday, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's the only time we could all get our matey go watch One Piece. It's better than Attack on Titan. Slade, fuck you.
I felt targeted for some reason.
Well, he keeps posting tuna gifs in our anime group chat, and it's pissing me off. It's hard to catch. I got it the right way. I bought it in the traveling cart. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Anyways, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long.
Just kidding, Slade. I'll keep sending you dank memes.
Yeah, it's been a long life. That's the best way of putting it.
Well, what's happened? Well, we saw a movie which we're going to talk about. I had my third week at my new job, which has been going really great. So leveling ended. In my happy marriage, the final 2 episodes finally got announced, and we weren't just left in the dark.
Yeah, even though everyone's already watched it illegally because Netflix
Not
fucking
me.
sucks.
Not me. I haven't watched it all yet, so
Most people
I will
have,
watch
though.
it legally.
It's great that Japan got the dub before we did. I mean,
Yeah, I still don't. It must have been some sort of mistake. It had to have been.
I don't know. Yeah, that happened. So leveling ended. We're halfway through the Apothecary Diaries.
We found out what the frog scene means.
Alex understand. Yeah, things. Stuff. Yeah, that show takes some wild turns.
Yes. I mean, it was going to get brought up at some point, you know. It would have had to, so they put a comedic twist on it.
I'm not even talking about just that. I'm talking also about like the Empress's backstory.
Oh, yeah, that was something else.
We're going to have to talk about that at some point. And
yeah, we got to do, once season 2 ends, maybe we get people who watched it, maybe Matt and anyone else who watched it, and we do a retrospective, because it's a good show.
Yeah. I haven't really been watching shows other than ongoings. Been reading a lot of manga lately. I finished Kaguya-sama finally.
Nice.
Very nice. Got that out of the way. I'm currently reading Dragon Ball Super. So that'll be fun. And I'm thinking about starting Kaiju No. 8 pretty soon as well.
Yeah, it's worth it. Definitely do. And now you have the B-side too, so now you gotta start doing that too.
There's the B-side, and then there's another spin-off coming out.
I can't remember what. Oh, there's another one?
Yeah, it's based off of it's like it's more of a gag, like slice of life manga. It looks like
fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah, so That'll be fun.
I watched the receptionist show, which was pretty cute. Not like the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was fun. And then I started watching Shangri-La Frontier season 2. Which I watched season 1 and I enjoyed, and I've been watching season 2 and I've enjoyed. It's nothing amazing, but it's enjoyable and I like it. I will say that the intro of season 2 is a bop, and I don't skip it ever because it's a good song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, though, nothing too crazy. It was warm. It's finally warm.
It jumped to like 80. Like we both left the house and we're like, oh, it's a little, let's wear a sweatshirt. And then we got breakfast at a place that was once we dubbed Sip the Drip. That was not the name of it. It was called Stir the Pot. But our mom could never remember it, so she always called it Sip the Drip, and now we just call it that because it's funny. And it's just great. But they had closed because I think the owner or the cook just decided to retire, but a new business opened up there. I'm not going to name it just because privacy. But yeah, it was really good. We had a very good breakfast. Very good breakfast. But then we went to grocery shopping hell.
Multiple times today.
Yeah, multiple times. Ran to a couple stores. You know what was the least hectic store? Was the liquor store.
That is just a natural thing because they're providing a service and you have to be respectful in there.
Yeah.
Like I still remember during COVID, like everywhere you'd go would be hell. Liquor store, everyone was so well behaved because we needed
like a therapy session.
We needed it at the time. Sheesh.
Yes.
But anyways.
And then I prepped some. We're doing not Thanksgiving. We're doing Easter at my place this year, so I had to clean and vacuum. And I did so much vacuuming and cleaning, and I'm really tired. And yesterday I went on a really long bike ride. I did 32 miles yesterday, which was pretty good. I was very sore, and like when you're sore and your leg just hurts from the pain. It doesn't hurt anymore today, but last night it was pretty painful. But I feel better today. And I even rode today, too, for a half hour because I'm a crazy person. But then I went up in my attic, and it was really hot. And I grabbed my fan because it's now in the 80s, so I need my fan to sleep.
Nice.
Yes. Bill!
I put out some patio furniture.
Good job.
And I actually sat outside and read, and it was nice.
Wow. Hey, Bill, we didn't get to do this last time, but what are you drinking, Bill? Turn the music on. Turn the music on. Bill, do not. Thank you. Thank you for the music. What are you drinking? Stop shaking your head. Stop shaking your fucking head. No one can see.
It is a weekend. I don't care about anything anymore. I'm drinking a Sam Adams porch rocker.
Bill brought that up in the car, and I thought he was talking about a legitimate porch rocker. I was like, where?
There's no facts.
What's it taste? I guess what's it taste like? What's the flavoring?
It's imagine a beer with lemon.
Oh, that's not bad. It's like a Blue Moon except lemon instead of orange.
They go down really easily, so they're
I used to drink Sam Adams. I just don't drink beer that much anymore.
Imagine a summer ale that's even more of like a lemon, like summer drink where it like goes right like this. You could just like chug these.
Yeah, in a porch rocker.
They're pretty dangerous, so I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. Are you gonna ask me what I'm drinking? Oh, continue.
Here's my fact for them. I get these once a year, whenever they come out, and I will drink one, and I'll be like, "Whoa, that goes down quick," and then I will destroy the case usually in a weekend, and then I don't buy them again because I'm like, "Yeah, that's enough," because that'll be a problem.
Well, that was a great fact, Bill. Are you gonna ask me what I'm drinking?
What are you drinking, Alex?
I am drinking a Surfside Peach green tea and vodka drink. Not a seltzer, it's just a drink. It's vodka with peach green tea, natural flavors, and artificial sweeteners. It's 4.5% alcohol by volume, and it's 12 ounces, which is 355 milliliters. Shake well. I didn't do that. I didn't know you could. I didn't know you're supposed to shake it, because usually I see one of these kids, I go, I shouldn't shake that because it's fizzy, but it's not fizzy. So I'll shake it next time. But that's good to know.
You shake it as you drink it.
There's no. No.
Alcohol usually doesn't have facts, Alex.
There's no nutritional facts.
There's nothing nutritious about alcohol.
No. But there's tea. There's tea. I gotta find something. Government warning. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy. I don't need to worry about that.
Oh, no.
Damn it! There's no facts. I gotta look it up.
No.
I gotta look it up. Keep the music playing. Say something. No. I need my nutritional.
Anyways,
You always have that ready.
I sound thing there. Anyways, moving on to our topic for this episode. We went to the movies recently.
Mm-hmm.
Movies are an interesting. Have you noticed how the theater experience has been like either, depending on the film, it's either really good or it's like an absolute
Or it's the Minecraft movie.
zone. Like apparently though, from what people are saying, that's the reason you go see the Minecraft movie.
For the chaos. Well,
Yeah.
I've heard it's actually pretty it's it's not bad. It's
Well,
stupid, but they know it's stupid.
I've heard it's dumb in the sense that it's exactly what it's it's written perfectly for its targeted demographic, which probably isn't me. It's not me, but
I still want to see it, just not in theaters, because one, I do feel bad for all the
chicken jockey.
Or la 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 lava chicken. That's been in my head for a while.
Well, the thing I've been reading is like now it's like they're like, I remember there was like this one video I saw of this one like theater like attendant who was just like having a meltdown, like breaking in front of the theater, like screaming at everyone in there, and I'm just like, oh, this poor man. And then there's like rules they're putting up now, and of course when you put up rules, what do middle school and high school kids do?
They break them.
They look for any way to break them and go beyond breaking them. So now it's just becoming ridiculous. Like they're just trashing theaters to trash theaters.
I know, and I feel bad when people do shit like that. I feel bad because I'll even feel bad like when I see like people leave trash, like even a little bit of trash on their chairs. Like for me, I'm like
our barely full theater we were in, and when we left, I looked around. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Like I don't think people get that. It's like it's not like the right thing to do is pick up your trash and throw it in the trash can that's outside, because
but
they have to turn.
The theater's attendants need something to do.
Well,
I'm saying this sarcastically, by the way. Yes. I don't actually think that's good.
Well, I feel bad. So everyone, just a quick reminder to treat your local movie theaters workers with respect and throw your trash away after
you get
buy
popcorn
something.
on the floor. That's one thing. If you're
throwing it.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I mean, if it's like it gets on the floor below by your seat, that's one thing. If you're leaving a full fucking pizza box in the theater, what the fuck?
Throw it away. Throw it away. Just be courteous. Be kind.
Yeah. But yeah, so we went to go see the Kaiju No. 8 Mission
Recon movie
film.
We know what we signed up for, Bill.
Yeah, we did this time. Time.
Yes.
That being said, though, it was the same weekend as the Minecraft movie, and it showed.
Yeah. Because it was chaos in the movie theater. Well, we got there and it was we went to before we went. It was the only time was like a 2:00 showing. Like that was it for the whole day. So I got tickets for it. And they might have had multiple other days after that, but we went on the first day it was there because I was excited, and it just worked out with the timing. So we went and we saw it. We went and got one of our favorite pizza places, Joey Galax. So good. What did you get?
I got their barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah, you got the barbecue chicken, and then I got the hot honey pepperoni. Chef kiss, delicious. And we've gotten Detroit the last time, but this time we got classic crust, which was really good.
Detroit's really good after a movie when it's like you're gonna eat that, then go home and just like pass
And
out.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. I would have gotten the Detroit after, but also the key is to split it too.
Yeah, before a movie, not really. Getting a regular pizza is the much better option there.
But then I hit my mic. But then after we had our nice pizza at we love that place. It's right next to a Texas Roadhouse that's always chaotic too. I just go there for the bread. The bread is very good. And the butter. It's like maple butter. It's good.
Texas Roadhouse is one of those places that you go and it's like a fucking zoo. Like you're watching. It's like watching sea monkeys. It's like you're just observing the chaos.
Yeah, it's always very chaotic and very crowded. And like half the people who park there like park in the Joey Garlic's parking lot too because it just people love Texas Roadhouse. I don't know.
Well, I still remember the first time we went there. I wasn't living in that area at the time, but we had to wait like an hour to get seated because it was that packed. And we were joking, saying we might as well just go to Joey Garlic's. And we're like, we don't know if that's any good or not. And then we found out it was very good. But we ended up getting into Texas Roadhouse, and then Alex got chicken fingers. I was like, I was giving you the
stink eye
the
entire
meal. I was just like, an hour chicken fingers.
I want.
And you were like, I just wanted the bread. And I'm just like,
the bread is so good. They bake it fresh.
I was so annoyed.
Go fuck yourself. Anyway, well, there was also one in Worcester we would go to a lot. Like whenever, like I don't know if you took the trip up with Mom to come see.
Oh yeah, that one Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, I remember because like a birthday happened and they were doing that thing where they get the fucking horse, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? I've said multiple times, if I'm ever at a restaurant with people and they do the birthday thing for me, I will get up and leave. I don't care if I'm the driver. I will leave your ass there. I'm not dealing with that.
Same. I would also really much hate that. I think it would line up with our whole family. Would just be like, no, thank you. We want nope, no, and we'd all run away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went there. Then we went in the movie theater. It was wicked crowded. There was a ton of people.
Oh yeah.
Like classic, we went and got some snacks.
Yeah, classic. Like we were waiting in a line, and then Alex, I remember Alex was like, "No, I go in this one," and then we go in that one, and it ends up being the slowest fucking line possible.
Well, it was like this kid was in front of. It was this kid and his grandparent, and this kid was being a little shit. And I literally, like when you look at a service worker and you just see the life leave their eyes. I saw that. Like I just saw her go from like she just looked lifeless and she just looked like I fucking hate everything and I hate children. The funny part is
the line we had originally passed on because it looked slow was fucking flying, and I was like,
I was like, fuck. But then another register opened. I mean, we still made it to the movie theater. We were still like one of the first people there, so it wasn't a deal. But we ended up going a different line. Got candy. I got a slushie because I fucking love a good slushie.
I drank a Monster Energy because I was tired and I was like, I want to fall asleep. I haven't had a Monster in fucking 4 years.
And then we made it to our seats. Made it to our theater. Made it to our seats. Oh, I used the bathroom was kind of gross. I'll just point that out. It was icky. But
the movie theater bathroom was gross. You don't say.
Yeah, I know, not a surprise, but. I feel like the one on the other side wasn't as bad. I don't know if we've ever been on the side we went on. Usually we go to the left side.
I think Solo Leveling was on that side last time we went. We just didn't use the bathroom. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't remember. But we made it to our seats. And this was like the first time too where like we didn't have to sit next to random people, which I was like, yes, I hate new people. I hate new people.
Well,
just kidding.
When we saw the Solo Leveling movie, I remember we had the people that were giving commentary the whole time.
That was actually really funny though.
Like, because that guy was getting progressively more pissed the entire movie because he was like, oh, this is just season 1 again.
Yeah. And then so we got into our seats and like the pre-movie ads start playing, and Maria Menounos, she haunts every movie theater now, starts appearing, and like nothing is on the screen, and like I'm just sitting there, I'm like, someone will say something, like I don't.
Wait,
need
it's
to
one
hear
of those
this
things
thing.
where it's like you know somebody will eventually get up. It's not gonna be one of those games where everyone just sits there and deals with it. So eventually, like the screen's still black, and they're like doing those stupid pre-movie games on the screen, and I'm like, it'd be
Yep,
real nice if we could
with
see the
Maria
screen.
Menounos.
But my favorite part is eventually this guy up front is like has enough, and he just gets up. He's like, he just
Yeah, he
and then
was so mad.
and
He
then
looked pissed.
he comes back, sees the screen still black, and then leaves again. Like he went full Karen on
Yeah.
this, and then I was like,
But
oh, well.
honestly, I was there for it because we got to see the movie. So
And then as he's gone, it comes back. And I'm just
Yep.
like, I'm assuming he was too impatient to wait for them to fix it, so he had to go complain again. But if then he comes back and he's like, I did this.
Was there any interesting trailers, or I
No.
can't really remember any. There was like no Crunchyroll trailers or anything either, right?
If there was trailers, they were so unremarkable I didn't even remember a single
Yeah,
one.
I don't remember any of them either. I only remembered the Soul Leveling had the trailer because it had the trailer for that Lord of the Rings anime movie, something like that, which was the only thing that looked interesting. But I didn't see anything this time. So the movie starts.
I just see Lord of the Rings and my brain just goes.
I guess
I'm
the
not
only
sorry.
reason I remembered it was the animation looked really nice.
Well, sorry, Matt, but
Bills.
it's very people know that I don't like Lord of the Rings. It's just not my thing.
I don't know if it was Lord of the Rings.
It was.
It was?
'cause
Okay.
I've been aware of this thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like the one form of media I just can't get into. Like I can't even force myself to get through it. Like it's just one of those things. But
I've never seen it either, so
it's just not something that interests me. But that's
isn't it like
that's
a
fine.
10? Isn't like the movie like really long? Isn't
They're
like a
like 3 hour
4-hour movie?
3 hour movies. Like there's 3 of them.
See, that's a lot of commitment for me. Like I'll get bored.
It's a lot of commitment for me, especially for something I just inherently am not interested in.
Yeah.
So.
I'd rather watch shitty Dragon Ball movies that are less than an hour that I still haven't watched yet.
I mean,
sorry, Matt.
Some of them are kind of shitty, but
you admit it, Broly. But yeah, the movie started, and I think the first comment I would say is that like the music in Kaiju number 8 just hits different in the theater.
They added that little before scene with Kafka already in Titan Kaiju form, and I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, is it gonna be an exact Wonder Woman? I'm like, no, this is just a few minutes. Like this, it was literally like one of those like, I bet you're wondering how I got in this predicament moments.
Seven Charm got alive. Well, I'm arrested. No,
it starts with that, but then it immediately does like a flashback, and essentially what the majority of this film, because the Mission Recon portion of this film is basically a recap of most of season 1.
Yes.
I will say it was very weird where they decided.
Yeah, I think we should discuss where it cut. So, I mean, for the most part, for the first episode, it mainly shows like Kafka and Reno's first interaction, that first little, fight. That fight they have before they're in the Sorry, my brain's farting.
The combat for whatever the fuck, the military basically.
Yeah, what do they call it? I'm like really brain farting now. Right. But yeah, it starts with that.
We get then Kafka's backstory with Mina.
A little, but for the most part, the first episode was kind of like brief. And then like of course he turns into a kaiju. They cut out some. I was disappointed. They cut out him peeing from his nipples, which
they cut out.
I was a little butthurt about because that's one of the best fucking scenes. But
they cut out that, but then they showcase like that. They basically show him getting his. They get to go take the test.
Mm-hmm.
We see Kikyo. Is that her name?
Kikaru.
Kikyo's from Inuyasha.
Yeah, and they cut out some of the first round of the test scenes, which honestly didn't really miss that much.
They heavily abridged them, and then they make fun of the fact that Kafka's kind of pathetic because he's not cheating. I do love the fact though that they do bring in the whole thing where he's like, I can't cheat because it would be wrong, and then he's like, I wish I cheated.
Fuck this, and Reno's like, no. I love Reno and Kafka's dynamic. Is just one of the things that's so charming and fun.
Well, we also got that. They did show the fun scene where they're trying on the combat suits, and it's like don't worry, no one's ever gotten lower than 1%. And it's like Kafka Hibado 0%.
0%. No, she's like 0%. Like she doesn't know what to say. And then the best part is Hoshina's just
laughing. He's like
fucking dying.
He's like, you can't push it out. What are you doing? Taking a dump?
It's my fucking favorite line. I fucking love that. Hoshina's my favorite character, if none of you guys knew.
Yeah. But basically they go through the whole training thing. We get to see Kafka save the day from the Kaiju number 9.
Yeah.
He passes just barely, makes an ass of himself at the award ceremony.
And it's interesting how they so one of the scenes that eventually happens is that he gets accepted into it, kind of going, because you said number 9, and they show the scene of number 9 in the bathroom after the raid, after his plane failed and everyone survived, getting into the defense force exam. That's what it was, right? Exam. And he's they show him in the bathroom and him turn into a human. But then they never actually so it ends up going through, they go to they're a little bit of the training. They have Kafka and Hoshina's interaction in the
library.
Yeah, library / classroom. Where Kafka's like, yeah, I am going for your spot, and Hoshina's like, all right, you can study.
He's like, all right, I respect you.
Yes. And they go through that, and then it gets to the big battle with the mushroom.
Then it cuts out Kafka versus 9.
Yeah, but also just they show 9 getting revealed in his human form, but then they never follow up on it. So that kind of happened, and then you never see 9 for the rest of the movie.
They also cut out Kafka's fight against Hoshina.
Yeah, which also was a bit of a bummer. Because those are two of my favorite fights.
It's weird though, because they'll cut those scenes out, but then they go out of their way to show Mina's one fan service scene.
Yeah, with her butt.
Yeah, the scene that makes no sense. It gets out of the bathtub and just butt ass naked, and it's like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah. Well, she had
why do we need
on, but
yeah, but I don't know how that happened. The way that cuts.
It's censored, Bill. It's censored.
I was just like, why did they include this?
But it was really interesting, of what they did keep and what they didn't keep. It seemed, I don't know, I feel like they could have chose some different scenes, because I feel like that fight with, they do show the big scene of Kafka saying, giving the information on the mushrooms, mushroom kaijus that saved the day. But the fact that we missed that sign, which also had really big character development for Reno and Ishikawa, no, not Ishi, Igarashi, what's his name? The pink-haired pompadour. I'm brain farting on his name right now. But they missed that really big character development, but also just following up on Kaiju number 9. It just, I don't know. It just felt
Kaiju number 9 doesn't get mentioned again throughout this.
He never got mentioned, which was interesting. It was a weird choice.
You did get Kaiju number 10 though.
Yeah. So yeah, because after the mushroom, he gets accepted. They don't show them doing the party or anything, which is a really
show the bath.
Scene.
They do show the bathhouse scene though.
They show the bathhouse.
They gotta get the lady fan service in there.
They show the bathhouse, but they don't actually show them talking about Mina either. And then I think it jumped right into the fight at the base.
Yeah, with Kaiju number 10 and all the winged wyverns.
Which that one is a really good fight, and for the most part, I don't really think they cut much out of that.
No, they kept that one pretty much intact because they end it with Kafka revealing himself.
Yes.
And then it just kind of ends right there. They don't show any of it basically ends with Kafka in the van getting taken to HQ. And then Mina being like, basically revealing that they all still trust him, and then it ends with the salute,
Yes.
and then that's literally where it
And they
ends.
cut the joke out of like, are you saluting a kaiju? He's like, nope, we're saluting Mina, our
commanding
first
officer.
But I secretly wonder if it was they partly didn't show like him in the last scene because of like the Narumi hate. Not the Narumi
I don't think it was that.
character hate, the design hate. Everyone fucking hated his design. And I agree. They robbed us of hot Narumi. Give us him.
I think it had more to do with they had a specific time that they had to fit this film in.
No, yeah.
And they kind of like had to pick and choose because I guarantee they could not have fit that final fight into the time without cutting out something else.
Yes.
I just think it was one of those. I think it was just to fit it in an anime film time frame, especially a recap film.
Yeah.
I just think there was too, unlike Solo Leveling, I think this was just too dense of a season.
Yeah, there was a lot more of really intense. I will say, like looking back at not Solo Leveling season 2, but Solo Leveling season 1 I feel like had more fillery fight moments, but also Solo Leveling season 2 is like once you get into Shadow Army, everything is just really intense. So I agree. I feel like there was more stuff you could cut out, where this I felt like it almost like cut out some of those really charming laugh moments, because this show has so much comedic elements that I feel like it was missing.
There's a reason why they call it like comedic Attack on Titan, basically.
Yeah. But one thing I will say though is that I already said it before, but the music hits so much different in the theaters because Kaiju No. 8 has great music and great soundtrack.
Nobody.
Well, not even that, but even like when he's fighting and he gets in the wow, bow, 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 bow. You know what I'm talking about? Like when he goes.
I love how you just have that song like right in your.
Well, no, but it's like
it is a great theme.
Yeah, it hits really differently. And just all the other background music too, the sound effects, the fighting, it looked great because I mean the fight with Hoshina versus number 10 too looked great on screen. But it did. I think they cut out maybe a little bit of that fight.
Anytime Kafka did one of his megaton punches, it was always like, holy shit.
It was pretty intense. So the recap was definitely worth seeing. I missed some of the parts.
I haven't seen the anime since I watched it the first time, so it was definitely not as irritating as the Solo Leveling one, where I literally just watched it.
Hey, it's worth rewatching though. It was worth rewatching because it's so good. I'm definitely gonna do a rewatch of season 2 at some point already. But no, yeah, it was definitely really fun. And then at this point, like the credits start rolling for just the recap
and
portion.
The scene that drove Alex nuts because like multiple people got up and left.
Yeah, like a ton of people got up and left, and I'm like, did you fucking read like what you bought tickets for? It's not just this; it was also with the next part, Hoshina's day off.
I'm actually kind of surprised I'm kind of surprised they put full credits in between. I figured they would have cut it differently, but
well, I think technically, like in Japan, like Hoshina's day off was like something people could watch. Yeah, it was a separate thing because on Mal it's two different things. So I think like it's just like the recap was one thing, and then but also like they were crediting it because whoever did Hoshina's day off for credits wouldn't be the same for like the team that worked on the recap. So I think it was probably just they wanted to credit everything. But it was really funny watching people leave, and I'm like, why? Like the best part is coming up. What the heck?
I was just shaking my head the whole time, like these dumbasses.
I was like, you fucking wasted your money. Like, it's just so stupid. But overall, though, I enjoyed the Mission Recon. I thought it was very, I thought it was good. You know, there's some stuff I wish I got to see, but for the most part, the fight sounded great and looked great on the big screen, and it was a good experience.
I'll say it was good, but I will say it's probably something I'd only recommend for people who have already seen the series. Because if you haven't, it's not a great introduction. It's not a good introduction because it does skip a lot of important shit.
You miss a lot of the really charming elements of the series. But also it might leave you with the impression of like that is more serious, but there's a lot more lighthearted elements that
Well,
just were
I
missed in it. So I
saw
agree.
I saw on Reddit that there was a bunch of people who had only seen Mission Recon, and they were like, "So can I just like start with season 2 once that comes out?" And everyone's like, "No, you're missing
No.
a lot of
No, no, no,
stuff."
no,
And
no.
they were like, "You might as well watch the series, honestly." So,
Yeah. But
but
it's good.
yeah,
It's worth it.
but let's be real, Hoshina's Day Off was the thing you really wanted to see.
Yes.
The
Well,
20-minute
I
bonus
think it's
episode.
very clear. I think it's very clear that I have a favorite character in Kaiju number 8, and it's Hoshina. He's my favorite. I love him. I just changed my avatar on Discord to him from this movie. But
from a dream sequence, yes.
what? Yes, I love it. But yeah, Hoshina's Day Off. It was just a special one-off episode, probably an OVA in Japan.
Takes place some point before the final attack.
Yes, some
on the
point
base.
before the.
Because
Yeah,
everybody's
and it's not
officially in, but they have
well,
Kafka has not
has a
revealed himself
tummy
yet.
ache.
The scene
Yes,
where he's
and he
like
has a
thinking about
tummy ache.
how to heal it with his Titan form, and he's got his stomach out and holding it under a faucet. and just, like,
Kaiju, not fucking. This is not the Attack on Titan retrospective. He's a kaiju, not a Titan.
You guys made me watch it. Now it's stuck in my head. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so the it starts off with I think it actually does start off with Kaiju with Kafka like basically like dying.
Because he
And Reno's
gorged
like, he shouldn't have
himself for
ate that
no
much
reason.
food. Well,
But yeah,
he was.
'cause
I think he said he was stress eating, right? Like,
yeah, it's just hilarious to me that the main character of the series is barely present in this special.
well, it's Hoshina's Day Off.
I know, but like every other character is significantly present throughout it. And Kafka literally spends the entire time sleeping.
I mean, this was about the side characters. This wasn't about Kafka. Kafka's the main character. This was about everyone else.
Although the two other
so
mains did get pretty significant time.
yes.
If anything, it's a Reno. It's a Reno centric special.
No, yeah. Well, it's a Reno and Hoshina centric because it is
and the pink haired pompadour guy.
Day Off. Yes, why do I keep brain farting on his name? It's really killing me. Like, why can't I fucking remember his name today? Is it Ishika? No.
Give me a minute.
All right, you look it up. But basically, it starts out. So everyone has the day. Well, not everyone, but most of the new members of the Defense Force that were just sworn in all have the day off today. But surprisingly, it also aligns with a certain someone. Hoshina also has a day off today, and Reno kind of just doesn't know.
Furuhashi.
There we go. Iharu Furuhashi. So Reno is unsure what to do, and Kafka's also sick, so he kind of lost his buddy. So he doesn't know what to do, and he just starts training, and he's like, "What the fuck am I doing? It's my day off. Why am I training?"
And Hoshina laughs in his face like he always does.
Yeah, Hoshina like walks up to him and was like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" He's like, do you know how to have a day off? And he's like, "I don't know." And Hoshina's like, "Well, I'll show you a good party some other time, but I'm busy today," which leads to Reno end up running into Furuhashi, and Furuhashi's like, "Ooh, the boss also has his day off. We should follow him." And basically, Reno and Furuhashi are stalkers. Iharu. I combined his two names. Anyways, they end up stalking him the whole day. And the best part is we're watching this in the theater, and I audibly laugh when Reno's car appears. When Hoshina's car appears on the screen.
He drives a Mini.
He drives a Mini Cooper, but it's just funny for us because like our mom just got one, but the one in the movie just happened to be yellow. And if the Mini Coopers in yellow of his car existed where we were, Mom would have had that car. So it just made me laugh because I was like, "Oh my god, it's Mom." But it's Hoshina. So they end up following him.
They end up tailing him in the most unsubtle way possible.
Like, in the whole time, Hoshina knows they're there, and he's just like, whatever, these stupid kids. But the first place they end up going to is like a little market where he gets dried squid, and they're just like, ew, why is he picking that up? And they're like, is that really all he was doing today? And he's like, nope, I got more to do. So they end up following him after that.
Then we find out who the dry squid was for.
Yeah, it was for Mina.
It was very important to the mission.
Yes, it was important to the mission. She was busy. Hoshina was off, so he got that. But he had more tasks to do that day. So
also,
that's
also him. So there's a theme here where certain characters will get their one little cameo and then drop off. That was Mina's one cameo for the movie.
Yes.
Or special, I should say.
Yes. And then after that, he ends up going to... What's the next place he goes to? The next one is he just happens to drive by.
He picks up Kikaru and the girls.
Yes, Kikaru and the girls are going out to a restaurant they have a reservation for, but they can't hail a cab. But here comes Cab Hoshina to save the day, and he ends up dropping them off.
He's so chill too. He's just like, "Hello, ladies, what are you doing out here?"
And they're like, "Oh, we're trying to get a cab." And you're like, "Hop in, girls."
But he's such a professional about it too. Like he's like just like, get in.
Yep. So he ends up taking them to the restaurant, and of course, he has his two little stalkers following him. And then eventually, we also get a cameo of I'm brain farting on their names.
Green
military,
hair and buff.
The
buff
rich
boy.
one. Well, no. He's the Izumo Tech son, and the buff military guy end up going in their little cameo.
Izumu, and Ayo Kaguragi.
Yes, they end up. They're
literally this series is those two guys.
Yes, they ended up going out because they wanted to go camping, so they were trying to buy camping supplies. But what do you know? Hoshina appears and tells them, "Hey, instead of buying it new, you should buy it used instead. There's plenty of them," which is actually funny because, like, in Japan, that's actually a really big thing of like secondhand stores. Because I remember when I was there, so that's actually a really good advice. Because why buy something brand new when someone used it once and sold it?
I did enjoy the fact that the buff guy though, he's like, rather than like thinking about it from like having fun sense, he's all like, I don't know how you could train like this. Like,
he's like, how are we gonna survive in the woods like this? And like the other guy's just like, we're gonna have fun. It's not a deal. But it's good to have characters that balance each other out. And they have a good rivalry as well. And then eventually all the characters end up meeting up. They end up following Hoshina to a parking lot where a weird exchange happens between a suitcase. And at first you look at this and you're like, what is this? And all the characters that we saw, Kikaru's gang, Reno, and Ira.
Basically everybody but Kafka.
Everyone had
which they
Kafka.
make a point of being like, where's Kafka?
And Kafka, they're just like, he's sick.
Well, they also goof on Kikaru, because Kikaru has that like sort of like, not like romantic, but like that little kind of hero worship crush on him at times. She's all embarrassed. She's like, why would I know where Kafka is?
Yes.
Which was funny. It was cute.
It was cute. But we forgot to mention the cat scene.
Oh yeah, your favorite part of the movie.
This happened way back in the beginning, but it was before they left. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Because I'd mentioned it and I completely forgot to actually bring it up where it happened. But before, Ihiru is like, oh, maybe he's out there being a player, and he's imagining him, but instead of like with ladies, but instead of being Hoshina person, they make him as Hoshina cat. And he's just a fucking cat, and it's great. I loved it. Hoshina cat is now my profile picture.
That's also a running gag throughout this movie, where like anytime there's like downtime where they're like what could he be doing? It usually will cut to like Hoshina in the background petting a cat that he just happens to find.
Yeah.
Like there's an entire scene where they're all like well, actually no, that's after the exchange.
Yeah, so what ends up happening is the exchange happens and they're watching, they're like, oh my god, Hoshina's selling our weapons to like
The mafia.
A bad guy.
The Yakuza.
Mafia,
Actually, the
because
Yakuza.
The Yakuza. Because they see it and Hoshina's talking, and this guy is dressed up in kind of stereotypical kind of Yakuza gear. So it's understandable where they're coming from. But then as they're all going,
No, we
like,
forgot to talk about the one scene though. The one thing about that scene that we immediately picked up on.
What?
When the Yakuza looking guy talks.
Oh yeah.
So
when the Yakuza guy talks, it's fucking All Might.
It's Chris Sabat, and there's a running when it comes to Crunchyroll Funimation dubs. There's always like whenever I watch one, I'm always like watching them in preparation, like scanning, be like, "Where's the Chris Sabat character? Yes. He has to voice somebody in all of these things." So because he hadn't really done a character in Kaiju No. 8 by this point,
yeah.
So it was like we're sitting here waiting, and the second we heard the voice, both me and Alex audibly went. Like we both kind of laughed.
I don't know why, but I feel like nowadays, like whenever we hear Chris Sabat appear in something, it just fucking makes me laugh because his voice is just like, I feel like he has like 4 different voice. Like he has Zoro, he has Vegeta, he has All Might, and then he has
Piccolo,
and I feel like those just end up being kind of Yami, like it. But they all kind of sound like him, like with little tweaks. So the whole time I'm like, okay, what is he channeling? He was definitely channeling All Might. That's who I thought he was channeling. All Might, for that voice.
Piccolo, or Yami. That was kind of where his more traditional talking voice, not his Vegeta voice or his Kuwabara voice.
Yes. It's very silly, but we both audibly went.
Yeah, we both just had like a chuckle. But
I don't know, it's a joke between us.
But as the characters are all bickering, they look over and he's gone.
And that yellow Mini Cooper is gone. So then the next few minutes is just them like frantically searching the city because at this point they think he's betrayed them in the defense force, which is just like so fucking stupid.
Oh, you finally remember the name.
Yes, the defense force. And then they finally all take a break and they meet up and they're like, we can't find him. He's right fucking behind them.
The whole time is they're all talking about like how they can't find him and they don't know. And he's literally in the background just petting a cat. Because this whole time he's known that they've been tailing him the entire time.
Yeah. But what ends up happening is they see him, he's petting the cat and he goes, what's up, you guys? And then a bunch of kids come out. And they soon realized that he wasn't doing anything bad. He was giving his old stuff for a like educational center, teaching like kids and adults and people what to do in case of a kaiju emergency and like what the defense force does. So they find out what he was doing was actually a nice thing, and they should all feel bad because Hoshina is a good boy.
There's also a great moment too where like they find out that the mafia, the Yakuza looking guy is actually he's a former member of the defense force who had retired.
Yes, and it was actually in their squad as well. And then they all end up playing with the kids, which is funny because like some of them are really cute, and then there's like a Iharu who just gets like shit on by the kids, like they just fuck with them. But everyone else is like a nice.
There's also a great scene where Hoshina gives Reno, he's like, oh yeah, and I also bought this stomach medicine for young Kafka, which makes me laugh because I'm pretty sure Kafka's older than pretty much most of the cast.
Yep. And then that's when Reno's like, fuck, he knew I was following him the whole time.
Yeah, he was so fully, well, they weren't subtle in the slightest.
No, like, especially like the scene when they're in the market and they're like following him and like hiding behind things. I'm like, he clearly fucking saw you, you idiot.
Yeah, he looks back at one point.
It's so stupid, but it was so fun. And then they find out that, and then as they're there, a kaiju alarm goes off, and then they all leave together to save the day. And Hoshina just happens to be wearing his uniform under his well,
because they make fun of him because he's like, oh, you guys don't have to go on, you're on vacation, it's your day off, and they're like, well, it's your day off too, sir, and it looks like you're already in your uniform.
Yep. And then it basically ends after that, right? They don't show like the fight or anything.
No, it goes to credits after that, and we get a new a new
Yeah,
One
we get a new
Republic
One
song.
Republic song, Invincible, which is a bop, and I hope it's the season 2 outro.
But of course, there was another after credit scene, which a lot more people did not see because most people left by this point.
We waited because we were smart and we weren't smart the last time we went to
no. To be fair though, the last time we went to see when we saw Solo Leveling, we did stay till the end and there was no credit scene. So
yes, what was the one where we skipped the? No, wasn't it the Sonic movie we were watching?
we didn't go to the movies. We just didn't skip to the end.
We skipped it in our own house.
Yeah. No, but there's a brief after credit scene where it's literally Hoshina talking to the older Yakuza looking guy, and his comment is like, he's like, "Hey, thanks for dropping off those things, but why did you change the location, the meetup location at the last time?" And he's like, "Oh, I just wanted to fuck with all the fucking people, basically."
Yep, who were following me.
Yeah, he's like, "I knew they were following me. I just wanted to fuck with them."
Yep. And it was what did you think of Hoshina? Hoshina's day off was just fun. It was just silly but cute and fun.
It was very stupid, but stupid in the good way. Like it was like there was like, this is dumb, but I kind of like
and
it.
it is kind of nice to see, like, I mean, especially in shows like this, you're always kind of curious about like what they do like on their fighting days or their off days. So it's kind of nice to see it.
It was also really nice to see after watching Mission Recon, just because Mission Recon cuts out a lot of the humor.
Yeah, and then we got the humor back because this was all just humor.
Yeah, and it was very entertaining. I like the little character dynamics there. All the voice actors are still very much into it. So it's very good. It's good to see, especially with season 2 coming up later this year.
Yes.
And I want to start reading the manga because I want to know what happens next.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it, Bill. I need to get caught up on like the latest volume, but it's very much worth it in a good time.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend seeing it for someone who's not seen the series at all. But if you're a fan of Kaiju number 8, give it a watch. It's a good.
Yeah, I would say watch Kaiju number 8 season 1, take a little break, and then watch the Mission Recon. But also, it's kind of hard to recommend it too because at this point, you're not going to be able to see it in theaters. And I feel like what makes this really good is because you are taking out some of the comedic factors, you are basically taking it out to amplify the whole seeing it on the big screen and like the music surround sound. So I feel like it's almost like unless you can see it in theaters, I wouldn't like recommend. Just watch season 1, but then just watch the Hoshina's Day Off special, and then you get the whole experience basically.
Yeah. But yeah. So that was a fun time. I can't wait for season 2.
I know, it just made me more hype for season 2, and I'm so excited.
The end of this year is going to be great. We got that. We got Spy Family season 3.
Yep.
Whole bunch of stuff.
I am so excited to see Narumi with his good design. Have you watched the trailers?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I forgot what he looked like in the original anime, so
I did not forget. I did not forget because we were betrayed. We were betrayed. He don't look like that.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. I don't vividly remember the male.
Well, I feel like too, it's also because like I've read the manga, and when I saw him in the anime version, what the fuck is this? This downgrade. What the hell? And it feels like from the trailers, like they distinctively made him look a lot better. So
I know some people online are still mad.
Yeah, but people are always going to be mad. Fuck them.
It's not manga perfect. 1 out of 5 stars. Do not.
I wonder where season 2 is going to leave off, though. Well, once you read it and catch up, like I wonder where they're going to stop it.
How many volumes did season 1 cover?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me look it up. I assume
they'll probably cut it around the same amount.
I would think so. How many volumes of Kaiju? You don't play you do this too, Bill. Oh no, volumes. Sorry, my ear's itchy. Could you hear that?
No. I wasn't gonna bring awareness to it, but I guess you just did.
Well, my ear is itchy. I couldn't tell if you could. Well, I could hear it. So
You're just digging for gold over there.
oh no, I'm not. And I was itching like the outside. Oh, it's only the first 5 volumes.
So
I'm
maybe
assuming
probably up
we'll
to
probably
volume
get
10,
another 5. So we'll probably get up to 10. Which how many do we currently have?
12.
12. Okay. I'm trying to think where they'll cut it. I'm not sure. I'll have to kind of go back and refresh because it's been a bit since I've read it. So, but I'm very excited to see where it goes because but I will say it's kind of thinking about it. Like season 2 is probably not going to be as lighthearted as season 1 just because of where the arc is going. But it still will be great. Yeah.
Be like Tony the Tiger. It's great.
It's great. Give me cereal. You have too much fun with that, don't you?
Oh yeah. But
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Kool-Aid Man. We're full of great. No waffling. I fucking hate when you say that. Ugh.
Yeah, I think that's about it though for this episode.
Yes. Hoshina Cat is great. We love Hoshina
Yes.
Cat.
But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on the Gaming Collecting Podcast. You can find the Gaming Collecting Podcast on all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find a whole bunch of different shows, blogs, videos. We're wrapping up our series on PS1 games from our childhood. And we'll probably be having some
more.
more.
Did you talk about Tiny Kink?
I did.
Good.
But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us. We will see you all later.
No, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. Bill, party time.